education, I will take mommy to America. America, take mommy to America. I will buy daddy motor, big motor. I will buy mommy rapper, fine rapper. I will buy daddy motor, big motor. I will buy mommy rapper, fine rapper. Because of school, my daddy Jangario. Because of school, my mommy so grandpa. God will bless you, daddy. God will bless you. I want to thank you, mommy. I want to thank you. God will bless you, daddy. God will bless you. I want to thank you, mommy. I want to thank you. I want to thank you, daddy. I want to thank you. Because of school, my daddy Jangario. Because of school, my mommy so grandpa. If I finish my education, I will take daddy to London. London, take daddy to London. If I finish my education, I will take mommy to America. America, take mommy to America. I will buy daddy motor, big motor. I will buy mommy rapper, fine rapper. I will buy daddy motor, big motor. I will buy mommy rapper, fine rapper. Because of school, my daddy Jangario. Because of school, my mommy so grandpa.
My name is Omotola Salako. I'm the brain bee for this week. I like Smart Brain because they test how smart you are. Keep listening to Smart Brains.
It's always fun every Saturday from 11 a.m. to 12 noon with Favor on Solutions Native 3.9 FM. Be a smart brain too.
One day, na so bag with plenty money just appear for inside one Olanrewaju compound. 2 seconds, everywhere burst.
Let me get a bag. May nobody see my red eye.
Hey.
Let me face him. Make I not see you near
You say waiting. As the landlord of this yard, so let me be the rightful owner of that
Hey,
bag.
Oga landlord, who could not find your size? We die here.
Have come on, see.
Come on,
You won't call it.
Now who come get this bag? Now for the new series, Akpo, we go know.
Follow the Yawa way buster. Sake of this bag where money full. On top the new Africa Magic Show, Akpo. Come see the long throat and Kasala way scatter ground from 18 September. Every Monday and Tuesday by 6:30 for evening. On top Africa Magic, Yoruba Channel 2. Go TV. Love it.
My name na Taiwo Kuka.
My name na Kehinde Kuka.
We be twins.
We small. Our mama and our papa then they joke say now only one pikin then they expect. But not two of us them get.
Actually, na me then they expect to. Na she then get as a
I
wolf.
beg you.
Na me be the golden child.
Anyway, our life be like this Momo 100% recharge bonus. Where we say you go get double of any amount where you recharge.
Go recharge your MTN line now for Momo app or dial *671# now.
Make Momo summer you better bonus.
Download the Momo app now or dial *671# to enjoy. Momo, better pass cash.
My name is Koretimi Oyeni. I'm 10 years old. I'm smart, talented, and confident. I'm the brain bee for this week. Keep listening to Smart Brains with Favor on Solutions 93.9 FM.
If you ask me, now who I go ask? No matter where we see, so you tell where it start. from mouth. If you ask me, you might have a ground. Now who I go out? If you ask me, now who I go out? No matter where you see, so it's every style. Love me the time, be happy for mouth. If you ask me, no matter for brown, now who I go out? Begin. If you ask me, now who I go ask? No matter where you see, so we tell a style. Not be the talker, be heavy for mouth. Oh, if you ask me, no matter for brown, now who I go ask? Oh, the woman traveling with the husband home alone. Don't take me out and you see the mind is better and the hip is strong. Hey, mom, let's have the doctor say I'm very good. I asked her who to check, she say I'm very okay. I don't know what to say, I don't know what to tell my mother. If you like say she gets it correct. If you ask me, now who I go out?
A very big question that we need to ask ourselves this morning, and I want us to be on the same page. Kids, you can ask your mom, you can ask your dad, you can ask your siblings, your sister, your brother to come see that right now. This is Solutions 93.9 FM, and the song you just listened to was a song from Omawumi. As a question, if you ask me, well, very soon, in a few days, October 2011 is the International Day of the Girl Child. And I said earlier that I have beautiful babies in the studio, and we'll be talking about a girl child. Well, this morning I have the Chosen Inspire Foundation who will be addressing us on this issue. And I've got someone special who is also a mother. If you're watching us live on Facebook right now, you see me holding two beautiful young ladies like on the show. You would see she's the one beating the thing. Yes, you're on children's program, let everybody see them. Well, she is Mrs. Idowu Aderike. Did I get it correct? Aderike Oyekola. Ma'am, am I getting your name correctly? Okay, she is the medical social advice as medical social worker with the Ready Writer House of Restoration Foundation, Ibadan. And she's presently the acting assistant Secretary for Child Protection Network, or your state, and she's a gender-based violence ambassador by the EU. Did I get that correct, ma'am? Okay. So first off, who is the girl child?
Good morning. Once again, thank you for this privilege. I'm a girl child.
Okay.
And the beautiful gift of God is also a girl child. So a girl child is the female gender who is different from a male, peculiar in our own ways, from our emotions to our physique, our physiology, anatomy. Everything about us is different from the male gender. So a girl child is anyone between the age of 0 and 18.
Yes,
that
we
is
have
a female. Yes. So if you are to define who a child is, actually, A child is anyone, male or female, between the ages of 0 and 18, including an unborn child. So, a female child is a fetus, yet unborn, but the scan has already discovered that this child that we are expecting is going to be a female child.
With a chromosome.
With the chromosomes, thank you. So that's a female child, that's a girl child. Until the age of 18 is a female child.
Okay. We recently celebrated International Teachers' Day, and I won't lie, one of the ways we can actually protect the girl child is from the male teachers. And from what I have right in front of me, you are a social worker. I would like you to let people know who a social worker is, because basically most Nigerians do not know that there is someone they can go to if something comes up with their child, that they can, just go and have a one-on-one conversation with, and some things can be settled.
Okay, yeah, that's the background noise.
Yes.
So sorry.
No,
yeah.
it's okay.
I'm privileged to be called into this prestigious profession, because for me it's not just a work to be a social worker. It's a destiny walk. So a social worker, in very simple terms, is someone who renders help, who can give counsel. We do beyond counseling. We have the capacity to connect people to help. We have the privilege to help people. And it could be psychosocial, emotional, it could be to rescue, render. I'm just trying to put it this way so that I don't start speaking grammar.
Okay.
So that people can be able to relate that, okay, this is one of the things that a social worker can do. If there is an abuse case, either prevention or rescue, a social worker can come in. If there is a child that needs help, or families, we render help to individuals, family, and specific group of people, depending on the needs per time.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, I see you're doing two things at the same time.
Yeah.
That's what women are gifted for. A girl child is gifted to be a multitask, And the first thing that came to my mind is, how are you combining being a wife, being a mother, and then being all of this? Because presently the acting assistant secretary for the Child Protection Network, or your state, not your state though.
Yes.
How did you combine all of this? I really need to know that we delve into what the female child actually experiences in school. I would let you know my own experience when I was in primary 6.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Well, combining all of this, you've said it rightly. That's one of the gifts or the talents of being a girl child, is the ability, the capacity to multitask. Then I say beyond capacity, I see it as grace. It takes the grace of God. It takes determination. Because I also have my story, Growing up, I have my story as a girl child. I have my story presently as a woman in my society, in an African society. I have my story too. So I would rather say that it takes the grace of God, it takes determination, that nothing is impossible. We can be all we want to be once we are determined and we are making the right choices.
All right, the station is Solutions 93.9 FM. I have Mrs. Idowu Oyekola with me, and I'm still going to introduce someone from the Chosen Inspira Foundation. And if you want to join us live on Facebook, it's at Solutions 939 FM, Solutions 939 FM. The program is Smart Brains Kids. I would like you to listen, because you can learn one thing or the other. And it's one of the things I want you to learn is opening up to people. When I was in primary 6, when I was in primary 6, I had the opportunity to have this teacher who I wouldn't say was a bad person, but there were some things a young girl wouldn't know at that particular time. I mean, we were taught, don't allow a man to go to these places, don't allow a man to go to this. I experienced it. I won't say that. I don't want to call it abuse, because it's gone. Bygone is bygone. But at that time, you wouldn't realize most of these things that are happening. And I've had experiences of someone saying, I came back from home, from school, and Uncle so touched me here. And we have parental neglect as well. Parents do not listen to their kids. They don't listen to what the daughters are saying. They don't listen to what they are saying concerning these people. Let's talk about this abuse and what parents can do. Then we'll talk about what these girls can do when they're experiencing something like this.
Thank you. You just said something now that yes, you had your own experience.
Yeah.
But that it's bygone is bygone.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. However, bygone is bygone. There's what we call childhood trauma.
Okay.
So if a child, that is why as parents and as social workers, counselors in the society, teachers, in every field that we all find ourselves, we need to ensure that Yoruba people would say something. There's an adage in Yoruba,
yeah,
that oju mẹ́rin ló ń bímọ, ìgbà ojú ló ń tọ́. That is, 4 eyes, let me just translate, 4 eyes gives birth to a child, meaning the father and the mother, but ìgbà ojú, like 200 would watch over that child. So what I'm trying to say is, in this society we find ourselves, if all hands are on deck, if we all do the needful, and ensure that all hands are on deck, everyone does the right thing, the teacher is doing his or her own part, the parents are doing their own part, I want to believe that the rate of abuse can actually, can I use the word, be eradicated? Mm-hmm. Yes, because we really need to eradicate abuse, every form of it. We really need to. So as parents, we are being blessed with these children, not just the female ones, even the male children. We are blessed with male and female children, so we can take care of them, watch over them. We are caretakers. I was on here a couple of weeks ago, and I said to parents that, see, being a parent does not mean that child is your personal property. A child is not a personal property like a plot of land or a vehicle. Your child is a gift of God, and you're only a caretaker for that phase of life. So whatever it is that we do to our children, we are only sowing seeds for the future. That seed will take time. It will germinate. It will bear fruits. Meaning the fruit of that seed will definitely outrun us and live in generations even after we might have gone to the great beyond. So as teachers, counselors, social workers, everyone in the society, we have a responsibility to watch over these children, to prepare them even before they get into the society. That is why this face of these little children you see in our hands now, trying to find, they are trying to understand security. If they see a stranger, they know they should not do this. You will see a child, if a stranger comes, stretch and out to carry, she might look at you like, really, who are you? Where are you coming from? That's a security check. It's not of us as parents to start saying, stop it, let him carry you. No. Can we watch? Can we, right from now, they learn. From birth, learning starts. So they start learning from now security tips, protection tips, and when children are going to school, I can remember when the school was about to resume this new academic session, we had to take to the streets and use social media and to tell parents, like, see, children are resuming schools again. The children who have gone on long vacation, definitely, some went to the villages. Some parents see that as a phase of, as a period of time where they can just excuse themselves from those children. Go and stay with grandma in the village. Go and stay with my uncle. Your uncle with whom this child do not have a cordial relationship, either with him or with his family. So the child might not really find that uncle or grandma or grandpa as the right person to communicate whatever fears they might be going through at that time. But when we are able to provide, prepare them ahead of time, saying, okay, this is what you do. This part of your body is private to you. We call them private parts. And now we are telling parents, stop telling these children the wrong names. Please call it the way it is. The parts of the body, head to toe. Let them know.
Ma'am, they are listening now. Kids are listening at the
Yes.
moment. Can you educate them on the parts of the body that they should know, the noble areas that they should know as a social worker?
Thank you. So, children, thank you for listening. It's a privilege. We are doing this together. And our head to toes, we know our body parts, our head. You know the song, my head, my shoulders, my knees, my toes, my head, my shoulders, my knees, my toes. My head, my shoulders, my knees, my toes, they all belong to God. Yes. But aside your head, your shoulders, your knees, and your toes, you and I will agree with me. You have your eyes with which you see. You have the nose with which you perceive smell. You have the mouth with which you eat. You have, for the sake of, I don't know, and regulatory bodies?
Yes, we can code it a little bit.
To code it might not be the right thing to do. That is why we don't do that on here.
Okay. All right, so if let's move away from parents, because I would say that it's not easy with the 21st century. We have our phones, we do businesses with our phones, we are in the office. I am in the office at the moment. Before I leave around 7:30, before I get to my house, 8:39. We know that parents are not really into their children. They're not really available emotionally to their children to know the signs of abuses. How can these parents, get that time for their kids? And let's talk to the kids as well. What do you do, even if you're being threatened by someone who's abusing you? You have the, power to speak up. So let's talk about that.
Okay. The part to speak up. I can remember in the month of July, is that June or July? We had the International Day Against Child Labor. That was July 14th.
Yeah.
So then we went to schools, primary and secondary schools, and what was our mission? We went to tell children.
Let's go on a quick break so that we can take care of these little ones. When we come back, kids will talk about what you can do to stay up and to speak up. Please speak up. They are speaking up. I want to eat. I need to
If you ask me,
I was still asking the questions this morning on Solutions 93.9 FM. I still have the beautiful woman, Mrs. Tao, beside me or right in front of me, who is talking to us about gender abuse and how children can speak up if they feel that they are in that situation. Let's continue.
Thank you. When we went to school on the Day Against Child Labor, we were able to teach children how they can actually give signals or call for help when they are in danger.
Okay.
So we taught them this. Meaning, when you are doing this, you do not allow the person.
Please describe. We're on radio. They might not see you. The kids may not. They might not see you.
Okay.
Okay.
You beckon with your fingers.
Okay. You call.
You call for help with your fingers.
Okay.
Like as if you're beckoning on someone. But that beckoning, as you beckon, you do not allow the person with which you are endangered to see.
Okay.
You only do that so that the person who has the capacity at that time to rescue can see. It's only that person you want to communicate with.
Okay.
So when such abuse, probably kidnap or child labor is going on, you can actually, as a child, beckon. You just call with your fingers. You do it in such a way that
very fast.
Very fast. Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so kids, this is how you're going to do it. Raise your hand. We are listening to me right now. Raise your hand. The 4 fingers aside from your thumb. Okay, you can open it up, close it, open it up like you're saying, come, wa, wa,
Yes.
wa. Have you done that now? Okay, so now make it faster. Papa, very sharp twice. Papa, that's how you beckon. Okay, let's continue.
Yeah. And when you do that, as children, please ensure that the person with which you are endangered do not say.
Okay.
So that you don't pose more threats or more danger to yourself as a child. Fine. When there are different forms of abuse, from the verbal abuse, physical abuse, emotional, psychological, it's all different. And different signals comes forth when children are engaged in any of this type of abuse. However, when children find themselves in abuse, it's not a day thing. It's not every time that it's sudden. Take, for instance, sexual violence, sexual abuse.
Okay.
It's not a day thing. It's been observed that most times the perpetrators in case of sexual violence or sexual abuse are usually someone close to the
them.
child, either the male or a female child. Because just as a female child is being abused, harassed, so also it's happening to the male child. So it's both of them now. But whichever way, it's been observed that it's usually someone very close to the child, very close to the family, someone who actually has most times a relationship with this child, such that it's hard for the parents to suspect that this person might have intention or might actually be abusing their child. Take, for instance, as a female child, there's a particular uncle who's been trying to harass or abuse the female child, and all that this girl can do is that when this uncle comes, she's not just comfortable staying around that uncle, but really you just want her to be there. And when she's trying to put up attitude, probably because 21st century parents, which I really do not yes, it's we can say it's understandable, but it's not excusable.
Okay.
Because really we must find time for our kids. I told someone that I said I cannot do a job that I cannot make out time for my child. It's not just going to work. There is always a way around it. We can always find a way around it. Probably a grandma assists, or someone trusted can actually assist. But nonetheless, even as they assist them, we must also ensure that we make out time. As tired as we are, even when we get home late at night, okay, be there. Make out time for these children. They really need us now. Because before we know what is happening, it's a phase of their life. This phase will soon be over. And if you do not undo well this first phase, the next phase and every other phase of their lives, we might not be needed again. So as I was saying, in respect to abuse, instead of an African mother, let me use that word African mother or African parent, to say, okay, so my dear, when your uncle so came, I observed you were not comfortable around him or something. And try to ask questions. Don't ask direct questions. Give them the opportunity to be able to communicate. And it starts from being a little child, from this phase of their life. Like, okay, they know that there is time to talk, there's time to gist. You will listen to them. Even when they are saying in quotes, what to us as adults does not make sense. Still listen. So that when they want to say that which makes so much sense, they will really find us as adults to confide in. They really need to be able to trust us. So instead of an African mother to sit down and say, okay, so why is this, why is that? It's with a shout. Why won't you greet your uncle with slap, boss, now, mommy? That's not how to handle it. If you start handling that now, that way, even just that, every other thing that is happening, the one that has to do with the teacher at school, she might not feel comfortable to talk to you about it. Because one, she cannot trust you. Two, she will feel, if I tell mommy now, mommy will just raise alarm. We hear a lot when we go to school. Mommy is an alarmist. Daddy is the lion of the tribe of this family. So it's a lot when we talk about parenting, protecting our children in cases of abuse.
Okay, we've already spoken about that. Now let us quickly wrap up with the types of abuses that these kids can experience, and you will now tell us how to reach out to you if anybody, any child listening right now is experiencing this. Even parents can be experiencing this, adults too can be experiencing, how they can reach out to you.
Okay, thank you. Well, the most rampant now amongst children is drug abuse and sexual abuse. Drug abuse and sexual abuse, they are, because when you get to primary schools now, you hear them mention different names of different
primary schools.
Primary schools, yes. You hear names of different things that they drink, different contents, because then the social media too is not helping. It's not helping. And that is where we need the help of NBC, CCC to regulate the contents that our kids have access to. Then as parents, we also need to make our time to ensure that, okay, I watch and censor what exactly it is that my child can see or listen to. Different types of abuse that children can be going through. Sexual abuse is another one.
Drug abuse, sexual abuse.
Child sexual abuse. It's rampant. You hear cases of rape, molestation here and there, harassment here and there, and they are not far. It could be a teacher. We've heard cases of father molesting his own daughter. We've heard cases of the mother molesting our own son. So it's those two are actually very, very major. And well, I believe someday soon we will definitely eradicate abuse, especially when it comes to children. Although abuse in adults can actually be traced to the history of a child abuse. If a child is being abused and is not well handled, dealt with, and ensure that the child really heals well from that abuse, it will definitely trigger something in future, most likely.
I'd like to have you come back to give us more about this and let us delve into this issue like deeply, so we can help every child out there. Now your contact, how everybody can reach out to you when or if they would like to speak with you.
Okay, social media handle is Oyekola Ido Aderike, and contact.
Yes, if you want to.
Okay, 080-888-23397, and that's for WhatsApp alone, please.
Okay.
However, I can be reached via the Chosen Inspirer.
The Chosen Inspirer should come in right now, because we're having a special program for kids. Please, your phone number one more time for WhatsApp alone, and your social media handle if anybody wants to reach out to you.
080-888-23397, and it's for WhatsApp alone. My social media handle, Facebook, is Oyekola Ido Aderike. However, I can be reached via the Chosen Inspirer.
Okay, the Chosen Inspirer is here, and I would like to tell you that we are all mothers in the studio. Everybody just bring their kids, be like, and then when you see, you say, "Oh my ovaries, God when, God when." If future mothers, we want to, let's talk about the Golden Inspirer. The Chosen Inspirer. What is the inspiration behind this year's International Day of the Girl Child? What should every girl child, expect from that program?
Okay, thank you, Favor. Thank you. So, the Chosen Inspirer, we are partnering with two other organizations. The first one is Roslyn Initiative, and the second one is Smiling True. So what we'll be doing this year is, for Roslyn Initiative, there's this program we'll be having at the University of Ibadan, and it is really meant for adolescents. Well, adolescent girls and boys. Don't let me say adolescent girls. There's
Hello.
always been adolescent girls even, but we don't want to be gender biased. Yes, so we're also inviting boys as well. So our team is New Era, New Me. New Era, New Me for the program, and it's going to be an amazing moment because we'll be having speakers in different fields, and one of them is Mama Rick. I call her Mama Rick. She's my Oga. So she'll be available for the program, and you have a whole lot to learn. For adolescents that are out there, you can as well come around. Well, it's during school period actually, but you can try and tell your class teacher, ma'am, sir, we have an event at the University of Ibadan. So it's going to be an amazing moment. And the second program with Smiling Through is a reusable patch training for adolescent girls, basically. So, well, I've been in this female adolescent training as regards reusable pad for over 1 year now, and there is a lot of story behind that, being the fact that I finished from MPH, Masters in Public Health, and I did my research around adolescent girls as regards menstruation. I'm going to the field. I found out a whole lot of things. Like, okay, there are times that one of my supervisors will tell me that, for me, you don't have to conclude. You have to go to the field before you make your conclusion. There are times that we assume certain things, but it is when you get to the field and probably do your findings, that's when you know that this is really happening. So during that process, I found out that adolescent girls make use of foam to collect menstrual blood.
What?
Yes, foam. This normal foam we use in sleeping, try to cut it into sizes, then they use it to collect menstrual blood. Apart from foam, they make use of cotton wool. Yes,
I have
to
heard of
collect
cotton
menstrual
wool.
blood. And some people can actually decide to stay at home for the whole 5 days, 7 days without going out
anywhere.
because of the fear of, I don't want my clothes to get stained, or because of the fear of, this stigma of, look at her clothes, she's stained. This taboo as regards menstruation. So most of these people could not afford, and when you even ask them, they'll tell you that, auntie, I cannot afford to buy pad. And there are times I imagine, then I think pad was like 400, 300. I can't imagine how they will be feeling right now when pad is around 700, 800
900 naira.
Yeah, 900 naira. So can you imagine? So we have to look for an alternative for these girls. What can they be using? At least they should be free in the society. So which was why we brought the reusable pad training. Train them on how to make reusable pad. Fine, you might be wondering, is it hygienic? Yes, it is hygienic.
Speaking from a nurse.
Exactly. So it is very, very hygienic. So we are going to train them on how to make this pad, and also not just training them alone. There is a menstrual kit we are going to give to them, and this menstrual kit includes reusable pad, and it includes the menstrual booklet where they can actually, it's like a guideline they can read through, and we have a period tracker. So they can easily track their period. When is my ovulation, and when is my next period going to start? So it's a very, very good alternative, at least for now. If people feels no, what's the permanent? If I have had some people talk about, okay, policy, why don't you talk to the government? Most of these companies that does all these pads, they are private companies. So I know most of them might probably not want to. They are all looking forward to sales. So if it pays me, of course, I'll reduce the price. But
it doesn't pay me.
So that's main thing. So we are looking at 150 adolescent girls in the city of Ibadan. We have for other states as well. We have volunteers that are going to do for other states. But for Ibadan, we have 150 adolescent girls that will be training on how to make reusable pad, and we'll also be giving menstrual kits as well. So this will be like a consistent project, because of course we want to eradicate menstrual poverty. Yes, that's the word, menstrual poverty. So
all of these programs will be on Wednesday.
The first one, the one that will be holding at UI, I mean the New Era New Me, will be on Wednesday at UI, while the second one will be on Thursday.
On Thursday.
Yes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me just break it to you that I'll be there. I'll be one of would I say one of the volunteers right now, but I'll be holding a special one there. So kids, you can come. Maybe next week we'll talk about ladies how to track your menstrual cycle so that you won't make some mistakes, the hygienic things you can use to make sure you're good. Well, thank you very much. We really appreciate you joining us today.
You're welcome.
All
Thank
right.
you for having me.
Yeah, so, all right, let's take your calls. If there's any teacher you want to wish Happy Teachers Day, like you really like your teacher, 0909 88 89 939, 0912 22 939. Oh, Happy Teachers Day to this. If I remember, I always remember Uncle Afebu. Which teacher do you remember that you actually wished Happy Teachers Day, if you want to say that too?
Mr. Oni.
Ooh, what
And
did
why
he
do I even remember it? Because he used to flog us.
Because he used to flog you.
Because he used to flog us.
Oh my God, good morning to you. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Oh, I lost the call. You can still call back. We've got time to talk. If you have a question to ask as well, you can ask your questions this morning. 0909 88 89 939, 0912 22 939, 0909 88 89 939, 0912 22 939. I like Mr. Afebu because, he was always very supportive of our dreams. He was our sports teacher, and he was also my primary 4 teacher. He was responsible for me having no promotion to primary 6. Hello. Good morning. How are you?
Good.
Good morning. What's your name?
My name is Victoria.
The name is Victoria. Okay. Do you want to answer the question, or you have a question to ask?
I want to answer the question.
Okay, so who's your favorite teacher?
It is Shono.
Oh, why?
Because she explained a lot and played with us. Yeah.
Okay, if she's listening right now, what do you want to tell her?
Thank you. Just thank you.
Oh, thank you too. Thank you very much for calling in to Victoria.
Thank you, ma.
All right, thank you. Okay, we still have more time. 0909 88 89 939, 0912 22 939. I hated mathematics to the point that I felt like I wasn't good in school. But everybody in Mr. Afebu's class, I think we're in primary 4B, we were always so eager to come to school. Yes, he competes. But for a man, he acted like very compassionate. If I still see him today, we still recognize my face. Say, Favor, like, yes, sir. We have to even if it's on the main road, I kneel down to greet Mr. Favor. It's been a very long time I've, heard from him. I don't know where he is, but I know that he'll be fine and is good. Well, you can also still call in 0909 88 89 939, 0912 22 939. And you mentioned something about kids, teachers beating their students. Well, yes, there's a place of discipline, but when your students begin to fear you, like they see that you are come like this, they begin to run. You need to check. Teachers, yes, you need to check. They should be able to take away something memorable from you. As a teacher, they shouldn't be running from you. Well, that is how we can wrap up today on Smart Brains. I know that you learned a lot. Remember that we highlighted the different kinds of abuses that you can experience. Let me take this if I go. Good morning to you. Hello, good morning. Hello. Hello, good morning. Sorry. Yes. What's your name? Please speak up. I can barely hear you. You said?
Yes.
What? Okay, you don't want to mention your name?
My name is Nifemi.
All right, Nifemi. Nifemi, would you like to answer the question, or you have a question to ask?
I would like to answer the question.
Okay, so who's your favorite teacher?
Ms. Rachel.
Miss Rachel. Why?
Because she's nice.
Mm-hmm. Okay. If she's listening to you right now, what do you want to tell her?
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. You're welcome. She's listening. So please continue to be a good child and be good as well. I have to go. I can't take more calls. But remember that you can also reach out to me on Facebook at Solutions 939 FM. Inspira, Chosen Inspira, if anybody wants to reach out to you for the program, how can they reach out?
Okay, they can reach out via WhatsApp.
Okay.
Can I call the number?
Yes, please do.
070-3100-5595. 070-3100-5595. You can also reach out via email, which is info@thechoseninspira.org. Thank you.
Okay, we're already getting the calls as well. So if you want to have a question to ask them, they are here for you. So you can learn a lot of things about the reusable parts, how to avoid abuse, how to speak up. Please speak up. My name is Favor Olorotola. To everyone that attended the National Day Hangouts, mwah. Thank you very much. I really appreciate you. We'll talk next week, Saturday. Remember, don't change the dial. It's Solutions 93.9 FM. I gotta go. Bye-bye.
Now who I go ask? If you ask